When I was very little, I saw a film called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And as I was watching this film, I realized that there was a place in the world, if you can call it a place, which is cinema, where the river could be made out of chocolate, and you can chew a gum and fly and then burp yourself back down to earth, and you can take flowers that were made out of candy and eat them. And I realized that there was this place where anything could happen. And then I was always a little bit sad of the concept that I was told as a Catholic, raised Catholic, that you only get to live one life. And so it was my way of cheating this concept. As an actress, I was going to be able to live many lives. I can be, and I have been, many different people. Now I believe in reincarnation, so I'm not as anxious. But it sort of was one of the motors that started it. And then Frida, I hope I don't cry. It happened in 2 weeks. I'm going to try to summarize it, and it always wants to make me cry. When I think of those 2 weeks, I get very emotional, and then I have like a photo opportunity, and I don't want to look ugly. But I get very emotional because it was very magical. It was the worst time when he told me you have 2 weeks, or your 8 years of work, I'm gonna take over and kick you out, even if you brought it to me and you wrote something, I don't care. So the money, it magically landed in my lap by a very rich woman who I met in a dinner, and I'm gonna try to make this fast. I was very sad and distracted, and somehow I told her, I'm sorry, I have 2 weeks to find this movie to do my passion project of my whole life since I was 14. I haven't even started. And she had bought a painting of Frida the day before, and she gave me the money. After looking and looking. Then I was very nervous, and I never asked to ask any favors, and I called my friend Ashley Judd, who was very busy doing a movie, and I said, Ashley, I hate to ask you this, I don't even know how to say it, but do you remember that I have this project called Frida? Of course I remember, you don't talk about anything else. I said, I'm gonna need to ask you a favor. The answer is yes. I said, I haven't asked you. Here I go. I'm sorry. My daughter's gonna be terrified. She's never seen me cry. She said, the answer is yes. Just tell me where to show up and what you need me to do. She didn't even know the name of the part. I said, we have no money. And she said, I don't care, I'll be happy to do this for you. Then Edward Norton, who was my boyfriend at the time, walked into the room. I'm sobbing. He said, what happened? I said, Ashley said she would do this for free. I said, but I don't have a writer. He said, I'll write it for you for free, and I will play Rockefeller. And then Antonio. And at the end of the day, it was the most beautiful thing because it was like an homage from my friends. I hate you for asking me this question first, and I'm not even telling you, you know. And so this beautiful journey that was such a struggle for 8 years started to see the light with friendship. Oh my gosh, never again, you can never ask. If you raise your hand, we should have gone to her. Possibility. It's impossible for a Mexican actress with an accent to have any roles. Maybe a maid as a small part, because if it's a maid with a big part, the maid is blonde. And you know, here and there, maybe the wife of a drug dealer. You cannot have a See how much it has changed? It's right there. Right there. Then the maximum was to play the wife of a drug dealer one line or just crying. Today, you get to be the queen of the drug cartel. So Robert and his wife Elizabeth, who is the producer of all his films, because many times we talk about Robert because he's a superstar and he's so talented. But it's also very fair to talk about his wife, who's an amazing producer who never got the light on, because of course Robert, it's amazing. So, but she's the first one who called me. It was Robert he was watching television and he saw me, and I was complaining in Mexican television in Spanish that there were no parts for Mexicans. And he contacted me, and that's how this friendship started. Oof, it's now 20 years almost. We're still friends. They're no longer together, but I'm still friends with the two of them. And if it was not for Robert, I wouldn't be here, and for Elizabeth, I would not be here today. So I'm always very grateful to the people that have given me an opportunity, because strangely enough, there has not been that many. I've had to fight very, very hard, for every silly small role that you say, why did she do that part? Because I didn't have another one. And usually this one I had to fight hard for them too. So I'm very grateful to all the friends and all the people that have given me an opportunity. And the second one, it feels strange, but uncomfortable in a way. I'm being honest, but I feel very embraced by the French. I'm gonna cry again. No, I'm not. But I feel very, very honored that it's here where I get recognized. You started the whole thing. You ruined me for the rest of the day. I have so much more to do. But it's a beautiful sensation and surprise to have come to this country where I live now. That was an inspiration also for me because of the film in France. Because remember, I come from Mexico, so we have a little bit more knowledge, access to the French film, and to be recognized here means so much to me. So it feels beautiful. Well, first of all, I was for some time thinking to retire. I was thinking I don't work anymore. And here comes Matthew Demi, whom I adore, and I adore his mother, and I tell him he's cinema royalty. You know, he's the prince of cinema royalty. And he's so talented and so passionate. How can you say no to him, you know? But it's incredible because I think it was Matthew, my collaboration with Matthew, that made me want to work again. And right after that, it was Alex de la Iglesia, and after that, it was Oliver Stone. So after not working for some time and almost giving it up, it was Matthew that put the light. I would love to do French film. I am so embarrassed about my French, and I've been so busy I have not dedicated the time. But now that Valentina is going more time in school, I think next year I will really learn French, okay? And then I can work more. Actually, it wasn't me on U-turn, it was Jennifer Lopez, which is okay, it's okay, no, please, no.
Je le savais, mais je respectais la question.
It's okay. But you are right, it should have been me, so you are in the right track with Fred. But it was a dream for me to work with Oliver. Please don't worry. It was a dream for me to work with him, and I was very excited it was strange because everybody told me, Oliver Stone wrote you a part in a movie. Oliver Stone told me he's doing a movie with you. Even Francois heard that I was doing a movie with Oliver Stone here in France, but Oliver Stone never called me. So I was getting very nervous, you know, waiting for this call. Never. Everybody else was hired. At the end, finally I got the call from Oliver Stone. So it was from the beginning, before he called me, it was already very nerve-wracking to work with him. But I loved his process, especially the rehearsal time. He is incredibly generous. To my surprise, he really welcomes your input in the character. And even in the story, if he likes what you're saying, he has no ego. He pushes you to give him more. If he doesn't like what you're saying, he tells you to shut up immediately and moves on. But it's amazing how he embraces collaboration, which for me was a surprise. And then it was very interesting to film with him because he did something so strange. He wouldn't let me do more than one take. But the other actors got more takes. And with me, not more, one, maybe two. And so for me that was very frustrating because I wanted to spend more time inside of the character, playing with Oliver Stone. And he was in a hurry and he liked what he saw, so he didn't want to play with me more. Because of course, you know, he has to move on. But, so that was, I did not get enough. I hope that we get to work together again.
Well, there was one scene where you did one more take.
When there were more actors, yes,
when you...
the slapping. If there were many actors, sometimes I would get more takes. But most of the time, it's me with a computer that, by the way, has nothing on the other end. So I work with no actors, no video image, no nothing. The script supervisor was reading the lines like this. Oh, Elena, you are so mean. We kidnapped your daughter. It was like this, you know? So it was a challenge, but the work we did before was so amazing that I felt very, very secure in the character when we started. I think so. I think experience definitely always helps. I think that this is a very serious character and I took it very seriously. But I think it's important to have a little bit of a sense of humor in everything you do. Otherwise it becomes pretentious and it's not very real. So I think that having a great director helps a lot, but I think there are moments where Vinicio and I were able to do things that were funny in a very not funny situation. But if you come to Mexico, you will see that c'est comme ça. We manage to. The jokes are so cruel. We make jokes out of anything that happens. We can find un blag, and it's a little bit of how we survive too. You know, having this passion for life and death together. And I think it's something important in the character. So I was very lucky to work also with very talented people in this movie and to do a subject matter that I know very close. You know.
Alors bien sûr.
And I enjoyed very much doing different things. For me, the more I can surprise you, the more I have a smile in my face.